go.
Go when?
Okay.
Oi.
Hi, Donna Jackson, Wisequeen, here in the Marca region of Italy. I'm here with Tim Pearson. Hi, Tim.
Hi, Donna.
Tim Pearson has Seven Springs wine. It's a vineyard that he purchased in South Africa near the Himalaya Valley, Heaven and Earth. It's on the Caledon Road in the Cape province of South Africa. And those of you who've gone along the coast of Mars or whatever would know where it is. I'll put up all the links for you so you can go and have a look at it, and we'll give you the addresses. And Tim is also on Twitter, Facebook and Wine Social Club, so I'll link all of that up for you so you can go and connect or talk to Tim or ask him some questions. And of course you can follow along his updates in Wine Social Club, my site on Facebook. So let's talk about this wine. So we'll give ourselves a tad more. So screw top, as many of the New World wines are. Much nicer for putting away if you don't finish the bottle. You can just store it in the fridge for another day, for the lunch the next day. So on the nose, wonderful. Because it's lively freshness, the fruit is great on the nose. There is some peach, kind of nectarine, but again there's this lovely fresh gooseberry freshness. There's no lemoniness in this wine at all. It's really, the fruit comes on the nose. It's really beautiful on the nose. The colour, Sauvignon Blanc, for those of you who are Sauvignon Blanc drinkers, which is a summer wine of certainly the New World in the Southern Hemisphere, and certainly UK, Sauvignon Blanc is a really great wine for summer drinking and indeed winter drinking for those of you who are not really wine people. This wine, the colour is very light straw, opaque, because the glass is frosted. As I said before, I prefer to drink, or at least to taste, wine at room temperature because all the defects show up, and when it's chilled it don't. But I don't see that there's going to be any defects in this wine. So we give it a chance.
We give it a try.
Yeah. Stupendous. Very well rounded. There's a million things going on in my mouth. The finish is superlative. I mean, it's still as if I had the wine in my mouth and I swallowed it. There is this white peach Bellini note, you know, Bellini, the lovely peach cocktail. But there's a lot of tropical fruit going on in the background. I get a little bit of passion fruit. There's almost like a papaya, mango, tiny touch. But there is the gooseberry too. This nice sort of acid, lively touch of gooseberry. My feeling is that this wine, although with seafood it would be fabulous, with octopus, with mussels, with oysters had outside or fresco, my feeling is that this would be lovely with a good roast chicken. Roast chicken with roast potatoes, caramelized carrots, a good Sunday roast. This would go fabulously with. It's not just a drinking by the sea wine that you would have with fish, although it would pair beautifully with fish. What think you? Do you have this wine with your roast, or what?
We have it with anything, Donna. We have it on
with anything. On its own,
no.
naked, outside on the terrace. Take it along on a picnic, country picnic. Take it along on a hike. It's a great wine at screw top, so you
yes.
take it anywhere you like.
I agree with roast chicken, it would be perfect.
Okay, so just a short snippet. Tell us how long you've had the vineyard, and tell us, this is the 2010 by the way guys. I will hook up the label for you and hook up the site so you can see. The back label tells you quite a bit. What it says on the back label is Seven Springs Vineyard, named after the 7 natural springs of the nearby spa town of Caledon, which is in, as I said, in the Cape, which is in the Overberg region. and has the lovely shale soil that you want for fabulous wine, and it also has this beautiful cooling and influence, the breezes that come off the Atlantic Ocean. My opinion, Cage Vineyards produce some of the most superlative wines in the world, and it says that the Sauvignon Blanc grapes used in this wine were harvested at full ripeness, giving aromas of apple and peach with fresh lime on the palate and ending with a crisp fruit acidity. This wine is best served chilled on its own or enjoyed with chicken or seafood. There we are.
There we are.
So, lovely, lovely wine. I don't give points. Those of you who watch my wine videos know I'm not a Robert Parker kind of person. I don't give points. But what I will say is that I think this wine is super duper duper. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the max and 1 being the min, I would say that this wine would get a 9 from me. It's everything that you want in a great, fresh, white summer wine, but also the complexity to have with anything. It, by the way, would be wonderful with some of the traditional favourites of South Africa, which is also baboetie, stunning with this. Baboetie is a kind of rice dish made in the oven which has some curry flavours, a similarity. This would also be stunning with a great cheese, super cheese, with some dried fruit, which is another sort of aperitif that we would have. And I think, I'm trying to think anything that you couldn't have with this, but I think it would cut nicely through rich dishes like tiramisu, which has a lot of cream in it. This would just cut that nicely. Super, super duper. Love it. Love it.
Thank you.
Can this come home with me?
You can have that, yes, with
Super.
pleasure.
Okay, chin chin. Tim, and as I say, I'll give you Tim's site. You can look at the Seven Springs history, and you can follow him on his blog, and he'll tell you more history about the vineyard, how it was acquired, what his dream was, what his vision is. And you know me, I love to tell the wine stories behind wine. I'm not interested whether it was stainless steel or whatever, but if you want to tell them those stories, then that's great. And just another little taste for you, kitchen table wine reviews. We happen to be here at Tim's home in Mountcare, where he enjoys a bit of brief respite from his busy life with his family, and chin chin.
Chin chin.
Great, great, great. Cheers, as the South Africans would say.
Cheers.
Cheers. Super.
Okay, you stopped.
Lovely. She's great. She should get a new job.
No, she's all right. She could.
She's all right.